Starting a new job is scary because our brains are actually hardwired to be afraid of new situations. In this video, I'm going to tell you 3 science-backed ways that you can overcome that fear and anxiety and start your new job off strong. Hey, I'm the Improvement Geek, sharing scientific self-improvement to help you achieve your goals. I've almost completed my first year of my new career, and although everything is going well overall, I've dealt with some issues that a lot of people deal with when they're first starting a new job. For one thing, I joined a team of really smart engineers, which was really intimidating for me at first because I felt like I was way behind them. I also realized the importance of having what's called a growth mindset, as well as having good communication skills. I want to dive into each of those concepts and share what I've learned through my experience and my research over the past year. The first thing you need to do to start things off right is to overcome your imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome is a psychological concept defined in the 70s as an internal experience of intellectual phoniness by researchers Pauline Clance and Suzanne Imes. Essentially, imposter syndrome makes you feel like everyone around you is way smarter than you are, and that you're going to get discovered as the imposter that you are. This is incredibly common, not just among professionals, but really everyone. A 2011 paper on the topic estimated that around 70% of us will experience this feeling at least once in our lives. To overcome imposter syndrome, first realize that it's not a matter of everyone being smarter than you are. Sure, they may know more than you do at the time, but that's just because they have more experience than you do. If you put in the time and effort, then you'll gain that experience and knowledge yourself. You're not expected to know everything right off the bat. You are expected to need a little time to get up to speed and learn your way around the office. Don't follow the silly old cliche of fake it till you make it. If you don't know something, then just ask. It's far better to admit you don't know something and ask and learn than act like you know everything already, because if you get exposed and people find out that you've been faking it, then people are going to lose trust in you. Leave a comment and let me know. Have you experienced this feeling of imposter syndrome at some point in your life? What was it like, and what did you do to get over it? The second thing you should do is adopt a growth mindset and avoid a fixed mindset. Stanford University psychology professor Carol Dweck explains the difference between a fixed mindset and a growth mindset in her book Mindset, which is an amazing book that everyone, including you, should read. To summarize, a fixed mindset is one where you believe that you can't learn, you can't improve, and you can't do something. We've all had that friend in school that says, "I hate math and I can't learn it." That's the textbook definition of a fixed mindset. These kinds of self-limiting beliefs that stem from this fixed mindset not only hurt us professionally, but in other aspects of life as well. A growth mindset, on the other hand, is one where you say you can learn, you can improve, and you can do something. A growth mindset says, I may not know how to do that right now, but I can learn and I will be able to do it if I work towards it. The third and most important thing to do in your new job is to learn how to communicate effectively. I believe good communication is a foundation for everything we do at work, but don't just take my word for it. In a 2011 US Chamber of Commerce study, collaboration and teamwork and interpersonal communication were 2 of the top 5 soft skills, meaning behavioral skills, that were cited as being important by employers, with over 70% of respondents calling out their value. A key factor of communicating with another person is to be mindful of how you're coming across to that person. After all, it's really not what you say, it's how you say it. You know that fight or flight feeling that we get when we feel physically threatened? Well, similar defense mechanisms are triggered in our brain when we feel like we're being verbally threatened. This often leads to us verbally fighting the aggressor by being argumentative or being defensive, or taking flight and avoiding them or just submitting to them. On the flip side of this, don't assume that everyone who treats you badly is doing it intentionally. Many people don't have the awareness I just talked about, so they're coming across a lot worse than they really intend to be. I try to live by the philosophical concept called Hamlin's razor, which advises us to never attribute to malice what could be explained by ignorance. I know ignorance probably sounds like a strong word to use here, but it's not intended to be. There's a big difference between willful ignorance and just simply not knowing something. Regardless, if you believe that someone is intentionally trying to hurt you or someone else, then definitely talk to their manager or talk to them directly if you can do so in a non-confrontational way. Now you know some things you can do to set yourself up for success and to keep crushing it in your new job. But it's natural for us to lose motivation along the way, especially when we're starting out. So in this video right here, I dive into why that motivation loss happens and tell you a few strategies you can use to make sure it doesn't happen to you. I also upload fresh sciencey goodness every Saturday morning, so click right here to subscribe to make sure you catch every new video. I'll see you in the next one.